Well, hello there, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. It's Monday, baby, it's Monday, and you are looking amazing for a Monday morning. I hate Mondays, genuinely hate Mondays. Everything feels that little bit harder on a Monday. And let's try and get through to it because we have got stuff to talk about, and that is Mr. Danelo Cavalcante, also known as WALDO, because this person is harder to find than goddamn Waldo. What are people doing? Look, and people when I said about how hard it was to find him and that, the amount of comments, you don't appreciate how hard it is to find. You're not law enforcement. You have never had to search for an escaped convict. You don't know how hard it is. You're right. I don't know how hard it is. But we have a guy who is a convict who has escaped, who shouldn't have escaped in the first place. Not only did he escape, but he escaped through a route that someone else had used to escape only days previously. So that proves that the work done on that route, if you like, wasn't adequate enough to prevent someone escaping. And what has happened is authorities, that system that should have kept him locked up and the public safe, failed. So that's failing number one. And then we have a guy who has managed to elude not only locals and hundreds of law enforcement agents, but also AI tech, helicopters, just pretty much everything that there is out there in terms of anything, everything, every single thing that you can think of that they can use to hunt this guy down, they've used and he has eluded. And I must say, and others have said the same, this guy is, if there was an award for biggest law enforcement troll 2023, this guy would be getting that award. You know, he's literally evading everyone, and you'll occasionally see him pop up somewhere and he's got his face on camera. But look, there's a few bits and pieces in the news we'll have a look at together very briefly. It says a manhunt for convicted murderer Danelo Cavalcante is now in its 11th day following his escape from Chester County Prison on August 31st. He is considered extremely dangerous and fucking excellent at hide and seek. And then we've got a couple of pictures at the top here of him being caught on a Ring camera, smiling there for the camera. I must say on the one on the right, he looks a little bit like Frank from Unresolved Crimes, but with a hat on. Cavalcante has changed his appearance and attempted to contact two former co-workers in the Phoenixville area in northern Chester County Saturday night. Police believe he stole a van from Bailey's Dairy, and apparently when this was reported as stolen, this dairy truck, they've basically just said, well, just take a report and we'll get that written up. They didn't think that this was connected to him because of most likely the distance between the area with which they thought that he was constrained to and where this truck went missing. But it's quite obvious that they keep setting up a perimeter and this guy keeps getting out of that perimeter. The worrying thing is, for me, is when you think that he's in this, or supposedly in this very concentrated area, and all of the efforts are being concentrated on this area, what happens when he does eventually break free into the wider sort of area? And yeah, I don't see how. If they can't find him in this area, how the hell are they going to find him when the area with which they've got to look becomes bigger? So, what do we got? Let's just go back onto this quickly. So, despite the manhunt for Cavalcante, visitors flocked to the Kennett Square Mushroom Festival. Yeah, it's almost like it's a bit of a tourist attraction now. Some people go to see people sing at concerts, and some people go to see people hiding in trees and bushes. Escaped murderer Danelo Cavalcante managed to elude hundreds of law enforcement officers searching a wooded area near Longwood Gardens, then stole a nearby dairy truck and surfaced over the weekend in surveillance footage in the Phoenixville area on the other side of Chester County, about 25 miles away. Cavalcante, 34, who broke out of Chester County Prison on August 31st by scaling a wall. Did you see that as well? The way he went up that wall, he was quicker than Spider-Man. Appeared Saturday night on a doorbell camera in East Pikeland Township, having changed into new clothes and shaved his beard and mustache along the way. I found it quite funny because it said he'd changed his appearance. I just heard that he'd changed his appearance, and I thought, oh, what's he done? What was he? What's he done to change his appearance? And then when it said, well, he's had a shave, I thought, well, you're fucked then. They're done. He's took his beard off. Took his beard off, mate. That's game over. They're never going to be able to find out who he is again. That's why I don't shave. If I shave my beard off, I'd come and do a video, and you'd be like, who the hell is this? Who on earth is doing Harsh's videos? Where is Harsh gone? Bloody changed his appearance. He had a shave. Asked how Cavalcante escaped the initial search perimeter and made it to the dairy farm, Bivens said a number of factors could have played a role, including rugged terrain, darkness, inclement weather, drainage ditches, and underground tunnels, and obviously this motherfucker's ability to evade everyone and everything thrown at him like he's just, get off, I'm off. I don't know how he got over there, Bivens said. I wish I did. No perimeter is 100% secure. No shit, Sherlock. We do the best we can. Most times we're able to secure it adequately. Just not this time. And then we've got this here. What do we got? Danelo Cavalcante is operating a 2020 white Ford Transit van bearing Pennsylvania registration ZST8818. The van has a refrigeration unit on the top. The vehicle is reported stolen by Bailey Dairy. Law enforcement agencies nationwide have been advised. It would also go on to say that an ex-roommate or an ex-friend is assisting law enforcement with helping him, and I believe his sister or sister-in-law has also been arrested. So whether she had something to do with him escaping, I do not know. I'm just gobsmacked by the fact that this guy is still, like I say, he's avoiding them like Waldo. And every single day, it's becoming increasingly likely that he is going to get out into the wider open space, and it's going to become, dare I say, an impossibility to catch him. And hopefully, the only saving grace is hopefully if he does get away, does escape, he can disappear into the world and perhaps he doesn't hurt anybody else because he's just thanks his lucky stars that he escaped. I'm all for justice. I'm certainly all for justice, and it would be fantastic if this guy got caught and got taken back to where he belongs. But what I don't want to happen is that a desperate man ends up hurting other people and his body count starts to rack up as he fights for survival and escapism. So, we'll see. Let me know down below what you think about Waldo and his increased attempts at evading capture. And I shall catch you all in video 2 later today. See you soon.